All right, everybody, it feels so good to be making another video for the channel. It's been way too long, and I've honestly missed it a lot. So a lot has changed since the last few videos. I sold the 4Runner after I got married. It just wasn't a practical car anymore. I totally overbuilt that thing, which was so sweet. I miss it every day, but things happen, and my wife needed an upgrade from her car that she drove through college, so we ended up selling both of ours, getting the car that I'm currently driving, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know what it is, but I'm gonna be showing it to you here in a second. And then I ended up buying a CT200 back as a commuter car when we were in California, which I have since sold, so we're down to one car and I'm on the prowl for another one. But right now I'm driving to a spot. I'm going to show you the current setup because it's still a very capable vehicle, still great for camping, and as you can see, not much different from a 4Runner. So we're back in Utah. It's where we're currently living again, and I'm going to a spot that I used to film some videos at. So let's get to it. Here she is. 2013 Toyota Highlander, limited trim. As you can see, I've done some mild stuff to it already, but this is what we're going to be focusing on and making some videos on the next little bit until I figure out my personal vehicle. But yeah, there's a lot of people now getting into the Highlanders and building them out a little bit to be mild weekend warrior rigs. And this is exactly what we wanted. So far I've been really impressed. We've taken it out a couple times. Really capable. Obviously it doesn't have lockers or anything, but for this kind of stuff, for desert camping and exploring, it's really awesome. So I'm gonna show you guys some tips and tricks on how you can build the Highlanders and make them more capable. All right, so let's just dive in here. The most obvious is the wheels and tires and the lift kit. So the lift is a 40mm top hat spacer off of eBay. The lift comes out to about 1.5 inch lift, so plenty of room for some bigger tires. I think people are able to go to 2 inches, but anything over that, it's kind of, you run into issues with the Highlanders and you have to do a subframe drop and stuff, which this is a unibody car, so you run into some issues. But been really happy with the lift so far. Super easy install, just like on the 4Runners, top hat spacer. These wheels and tires, the wheels are the Vision Manex 17 inch by 8.5 wide, and that's a gloss black with the machined lip, so they're a faux beadlock. But I wanted something that kind of tied into some of the chrome trim. I'm gonna do a little bit of a chrome delete, but I think I want to keep some chrome just to keep it looking a little fancy. So as you can see, I've already blacked out the grille and the fog light shrouds, but I think it ties together really well. But we'll see. I have lots of plans for this, so maybe it'll turn into something else. So that's the wheels. The tires are the Summit Trail Climbers 265/70/17, so almost a 32 inch tire. And for those of you looking to build your Highlanders, a lot of the resources I found were either on Facebook groups. There's like modified second gen Highlander group on Facebook, which is really nice. But I also use custom offsets. They have build pages And there's actually quite a bit of resources for the 2nd gen Highlanders. So that's what I was able to find this wheel and tire setup on, at least the sizing, because these are a 0 offset wheel. So got a little bit of poke here. I'm actually going to add some 1.5-inch wheel spacers on it to make it a little more aggressive. So those are on order. But yeah, I'm really happy with this wheel and tire setup. As you can see, really good tread. They're kind of a softer compound, but I've been really impressed so far. So next up we have the hidden light bar. You can't have an Overlander without a light bar, so this was one I had laying around. Just mounted it up right to that aluminum crash bar behind the bumper. Fits perfectly. I want to say this is a 30-inch light bar, but I'm not 100% certain. I'd have to measure it, but it's just one that I had laying around. Grill and fog light shrouds are just plastic dip for now. Just wanted to make sure I liked the look before committing, and I think it makes it look way more aggressive. So once the plasti dip starts failing, I'll rattle can it with some flat or some gloss black. Next up is my newest addition, the Rhino Rack. So this was kind of a fun story here. Out here in Utah, there's lots of camping and overlanding. I found someone selling this Rhino Rack off Facebook Marketplace, but it was for a Sprinter van. And I was like, oh dang, like it's gonna be way too big, but it was a steal. Like I honestly just bought it to resell it because I knew I could make a few $100 off of it. But I ended up getting it and figuring out that I could unbolt it and drill out the rivets, cut it down, and I made it fit. So this is a Pioneer system, just a flat rack, and I had to run by Home Depot, got some U-bolts, and it's just clamped down on the factory crossbars. Sits super low, really butts up to the OEM rack really nicely. I wrapped these, they're originally chrome, wrapped those in some black wrap to tie it in. But I'm really impressed. The bummer deal with this though, if you are gonna buy a Pioneer system used, Rhino Rack doesn't sell the U-bolts for the crossbars. Like they have an OEM kit, it's like a universal crossbar mounting system. They don't sell that separately. They make you buy the whole universal rack and kit. So you can get this setup with the Rhino Rack crossbar mounts for like $800 off Amazon. I'm into this like $250. So, you know, it is what it is, but saved a little bit of money. It's not perfect, but I like it. I have plans to mount a Overland case there. I already have that on order. Some traction boards, and they just use the T-slot mounting. So you can get all the T-slot mounts for this rack off Amazon or eBay to save a little bit of money. But I really like how it came out. I still can utilize my sunroof. Really a perfect fit. So I'm really happy with that. And it's gonna look pretty good with some stuff mounted to it. So that's really all we have so far. I'll just kind of run you through the rest of the car. Oh, I got some headlight bulb replacements, LED replacements too, so better output. But yeah, it's got the black and tan interior with the wood grain. I might do like a carbon fiber overlay for the wood grain, but my wife kind of likes it, so we'll see. Really clean interior. Has a classic Toyota driver's seat issue that I'm gonna figure out. This thing has like 105,000 miles on it, so still relatively low miles for a 2013, but it's getting up there, I guess. One of the cool features with the Highlander, let me move all my stuff here. You can turn this into a captain's seat. So this whole thing actually comes out, which it's hard to do with one hand here, but then you have a third row. So underneath this mat, you have a third row. And then there's also a whole nother center console unit you can put in there. So it's kind of interesting. Another thing to note is the previous owner put like limo tint in the rear windows. I like it, but I also don't like it. It's kind of hard to drive at night with the tint, but it's nice for camping. So, and here's the cargo space, really a lot of room, similar to the 4th gen. I honestly haven't felt like this was a downgrade from the 4Runner. Like, I don't have the long travel, I don't have the 35s, the locker, but I also wasn't utilizing that stuff as much anymore, being married and, you know, not wanting to spend all my money on repairing my vehicle. I wasn't bouncing it through rocks anymore, and that's part of why I sold it. I really just wasn't using it. So I'm happy I was able to get something that's a good compromise. Definitely not as rugged and not as robust as the 4th gen, but I'm not lacking on any interior space. I've got enough room. I could build a drawer system if I want, and I've been thinking about it, but I think this is gonna stay more as like the mall crawler, you know, picking up the kids from sports and stuff vehicle, and I'm gonna end up buying something that's a little more rugged platform and use that as a more dedicated rig and a daily. So my job is now remote, which is super nice. So I don't have to commute. I don't need a commuter car. I don't have to worry about gas mileage. So I'm looking at maybe getting into a truck or something, but we will see. Comment below what you guys think I should get. Been thinking about a 1st gen Raptor. Not really a huge Ford guy. I'm a Toyota guy till I die, but the 1st gen Raptors are kind of appealing. Same price as Tacomas, full-size truck, long travel suspension, V8, supercharged. They have lots of good options for the 1st gen Raptors. So we'll see what I end up getting, but for now my focus is making this as cool as possible, kind of getting it away from the minivan look and more of a overland look. And once I save up a little more money and have some cash on hand, we'll see what I can get into next. So for now, I hope you guys enjoy and you're cool with the Highlander content. I know a lot of you subscribers from way back when came here because of the 4th gen 4Runner content, and I was kind of experimenting and doing things with the build that not a lot of people were doing on the 4th gens. But now 4th gens are getting more popular. They're kind of almost played out, and they're getting really expensive, man. But I've been really happy with the Highlander. I think it's a great compromise to the 4Runners and the Land Cruisers. Right now the market is just so crazy for 4Runners and Tacomas and Land Cruisers, which understandably so. They're really good platforms. They give you what you need. You can go anywhere with those things with a little bit of lift and wheels and tires. So this thing is not quite as heavy duty wheeling wise, but so far so good. It gets me down the dirt roads. It has enough room for my camping gear, and really that's what matters. It's all about the adventure. So thanks for following along with this new adventure. I know I let some of you guys down. I kind of went MIA for a bit with the 4th gen content, and then next thing you know I sold it. So I apologize, but I'm super pumped to get back at it and with a new platform. So shout out to you 2nd gen Highlander guys that are going to be watching. Lots of cool stuff in store for this build. I don't know how crazy I'm going to get with it, but we will see. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. I'm definitely setting some new goals for my YouTube channel to take it to the next level. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, not a lot of suspension travel, but it gets the job done.